1, 2, ready, go! So, my name is Gawler, and this is my humble home. This is my husband, John, and we're here with my wonderful students, the Pineland Fiddlers. These are my advanced group.
My name is Beckham Welling, and I started playing between the ages of 3 and 4. I live in New Gloucester, Maine, and I love it because it's fun.
I'm Astrid Jones. I live in Farmington, and I started playing when I was like 11 or 12, I think. And I have so much fun with Ellen. She's a blast.
And I should just mention that Astrid also is a step dancer, so she's taking it to another angle as well.
I'm Nori Edwards. I'm 11. I'm from Bowdenham, Maine, and I started playing when I was 4, and I just love how fiddling brings people together.
My name is Eleanor Lowe. I started playing when I was 3. I live in Portland, Maine, and I just like playing.
Hi, I'm Owen Kennedy. I started playing the fiddle when I was 4, and I live in Winthrop, Maine. I like seeing people smile while I play.
You do.
Hi, I'm Caleb Edwards. I'm from Bowdenham, Maine, and I started playing the fiddle when I was 4 years old. One of my favorite things about the fiddle is that when you work really hard on a piece and you get to play it for people.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it, when it just flows. So we'll start out with a little medley that is a collection of tunes from Frank Farrell, who lives in Bath, and he's a great tunesmith. He's written hundreds of tunes, and the names of them are The Humors of Maine, Down North, and then he came up with one recently called The Vaccination Reel that Owen found and brought to the group. And we'll finish out with St. Anne's Reel, which is, I heard this somewhere, I haven't heard it since, but I heard that St. Anne's is the official fiddle tune of the state of Maine, so we're going to just go with it. next, why don't we do Lark in the Morning? We'd like to play a little jig and invite Nori Edwards to come on up and join us. Can you sneak right in there, Nori? Great. And Astrid Jones is going to start this out. She'll be doing the solo on this one. I should just mention on our album that we just made, when COVID hit, we just kind of got busy and started working on tunes that we could put into a recording, and it took us 2 years, but we did it, and it came out nice, I think. And it starts out with playing bird songs as if you're in the woods in the morning. So you just can imagine that. We won't do that here now, but you can imagine the sun coming up and the mist clearing, and somewhere in the distance you hear this lark in the morning. So Astrid is going to be our lark. Okay, what shall we do next? So, Maine has kind of a tapestry of styles. We've got the styles from our neighbors to the north, the Maritime and the Quebecois, and also a lot of Scottish and Irish influence. And so we'll do a little medley of Irish tunes now. And we like playing tunes authentically. So these kids are all really pretty good at playing these these ornamentations that are real, good authentic Irish ornamentations. So we'll start it with the pipe on the hob, and we'll go into the cash jig and morning dew, and finish that with Jenny's Chickens. And we're going to have Beck play a little solo on Jenny's Chickens. Nice job. Nice job there. Let's do another one from our neighbors to the north. Quintapac Reel. This is a real popular tune in Canada. We're going to ask Owen to do a little solo in the middle of that. So, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. So we just have one more little medley, and Nori, you want to come and join us on this? So a few years ago, we went to the Shetland Islands, a place I had been many years prior, and hadn't returned, and so it just seemed like such a wonderful thing to return with my students. And so we went. There was 30 of us, I think, 15 kids and 15 parents, and we took part in the festival, and we learned a lot of great music. So we'll just play a little Shetland medley now. The tunes are so quirky and fun. They're just so Shetland. The first one is called Da Oyster, a lot of the words the is da because of the proximity to Norway. There's a lot of Norwegian influence in Shetland. And then we'll go into da back reel, and then we'll play the Bonnie Isle of Walsey, and go in Dale Stick the Minister, or Devil Stick the Minister. So, Shetland tunes. Here we go. Take it away, Owen, whenever you're ready. So we've got a few things we're going to play. Hey, John?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We could start out with...
We'll dust a few off.
We'll dust a few off. Start out with, how about, would you like to play Fitzmaurice's Polka to start out?
I would.
Okay, I'm all for it. This is a Philippe Bruno tune that we learned from my brother-in-law, Stu McConnell, who's...
Lives right over that way.
And he's a button box accordion player who used to be a member of the Maine French Fiddlers. So he learned a bunch of good tunes with them, and I'm the lucky beneficiary of learning a few from him. So here we go, Fitzmaurice's.
Fitzmaurice Polka.
So John and I have played for dances here in Maine for quite a long time. We liked learning from the old timers and keeping the dancing and the tunes, the old traditional tunes going. And now, you know, at this time we're able to pass the tunes on to the younger generation. And it just feels like you're just a link in the chain. You know, the tunes are here, you know, because of us, but they're also here for us, and they really help us, you know, they feed us, they nurture us, so that's why they're here.
You were just getting rolling there. One time through, never heard of such a thing.
Let's play a song from Margaret MacArthur.
Okay.
I grew up in Vermont, down the road from a wonderful folk singer named Margaret MacArthur. She's actually a national treasure. And I grew up with all of her kids, and so I just sort of fell in with them and learned the music and grew to love the traditional songs and tunes, and they would take me around with them to play at fairs, and I feel like I sort of tailored my life after the MacArthur family in a lot of ways, I suppose. This is a little song that she sang. It's a conversation between a man and a woman, and he's gone off to sea, and when he comes back, he meets the mother of his sweetheart, and she wants to know if he made any money out there. And then the conversation ensues, and you will see what happens. So this is called You're Welcome Home, Young Johnny. You're welcome home, young Johnny, you're welcome home from sea. For my daughter Mary's been dreaming of thee, been dreaming of thee. What luck had you, young Johnny?
Oh, very poor, cried he. I lost my ship and cargo all on the raging sea, all on the raging sea. Where is your daughter Mary? Come set her down by me. We'll drown in melancholy, and married we will be, and married we will be.
My daughter Mary's not at home, she won't be in today. And if she were here, John, she would not let you stay. She would not let you stay. My daughter Mary's very rich, and you are very poor. If she were here, John, she'd show to you the door. She'd show to you the door.
Well, Johnny looked about the room and gazed upon them all. Then he pulled out from his pocket both hands full of gold, both hands full of gold.
Well, the old lady seeing this, and she began to rue. My daughter Mary's here, John, she'll soon be into you. She'll soon be into you.
Before I'd lie down in your bed, I'd lie out on the street. For when I had no money, my lodging was to seek, my lodging was to seek. But now I've money plenty, got dollars by the score. I'll drink my wine and brandy and make the taverns roar, and make the taverns roar. We were fortunate to meet Gale and Mildred Huntington. He worked on coastal schooners and aboard ship. He transcribed and collected all the fiddle tunes that he heard played on board and on shore. And one of the ship's fiddlers that he studied and collected tunes and songs from was named William Lytton. On board the British fleets, the fiddler was a paid position. William Lytton's tunes were well known to Gale, and he passed a lot of them on to us. So we plugged one in at the end of this song that seemed to fit, called William Litton's Country Dance.
One, two, ready. I have a good friend and colleague up in Farmington named Steve Muse, who has been a great inspiration to me. He likes to take all of his Franklin County fiddlers on trips to Canada and lots of other places, and so I decided, geez, we can do that too. So for many years, every other year, we would go somewhere. The Pineland Fiddlers have been to Quebec twice, Cape Breton twice, Prince Edward Island, we went to Ireland, and we even went to Turkmenistan. So we're gonna have a little travelogue here with some tunes from our neighbors to the north, who we like to say salut to. Well, it came out even that time.
We came out even.
We went to the Shetland Islands as well with the Pineland Fiddlers. And years before, I had gone to study there with an old fiddler named Tommy Anderson. It's a project I had done through my school, so it was an apprenticeship, a 3-month apprenticeship. I lived right there at Tommy Anderson's flat, and I helped him teach in the Upper Islands. So it was really a fabulous, formative experience. I'd like to play a tune now that Tommy Anderson wrote called Das Slucket Light. Slucket means to snuff out the light. And he wrote this after his wife had passed away, and the tune had come to him as he was looking out over this part of the mainland where he grew up called Aishanes. And the lights down in the valley, of course there's no trees in Shetland, so you can see all the houses and all the lights, and the lights were all kind of going out one at a time because British petroleum had come to Shetland, and a lot of people had left some of the hinterlands and moved to the big city of Lerwick to work for the to work for the oil company, and it had changed Shetland culture in a huge way. And so Tommy really felt like it was really important to preserve the tunes and the music, and that would sort of help lead people back to their Shetland traditions. So he single-handedly kept the tradition alive. He collected tunes in the 40s, and he went and turned around and taught them to the kids in the 80s, and that's when I showed up there. So the Slucket light has to do with the lights going out, bump, 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 bump. So when you hear that part, dun, 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 those are the lights going out. And it's in memory of his wife, whose light also went out. Oh my goodness.
We were gonna throw in Bay of Fundy and Macamoyle. I'm going to tell where Bay of Fundy came from.
Okay, go for it.
We played for quite a while with a couple from Fayette named Doug Prosick and Elaine Malkin when they lived together over there. And those were in the days before cell phones. As a matter of fact, the way we booked our gigs was through postcards, because neither of us even had a landline back then in the beginning. And we rode around in their 57 Chevrolet lot. It had an AM radio in it, and it had a good sound on that radio. If you could rein in a station, you were lucky. But wouldn't you know it, in Halifax, they boosted power every Saturday night. And they broadcast at whatever wattage it is, it's way up there, so that we could hear it loud and clear here in Belgrade and various parts of Maine. We were traveling in the 57 Chev to go play somewhere, and on comes Bill Guest. He played this tune, we just fell in love with it.
That feels like an old shoe. A comfortable old shoe. Yeah. So John and I, with Doug and Elaine and a bunch of others, were members of a group you may have heard of called the Maine Country Dance Orchestra, which formed back in 1974. You said you first started doing dances. I came along in 78. But the gist of the Bodenham dances was that it was 3 different bands that all really liked each other and wanted to play together on a regular basis. That was the Old Grey Goose, Pine Hill Band, and the Northern Valley Boys. And so it made a nice big band. We had like 8 or 10 people that were regulars, and it was kind of special in that we didn't really believe in a PA system. So,
no use for it.
Nope, no use for it.
Didn't need it.
Which was tremendously freeing. You could sit up there and you could just bounce around and get up and dance around, which we did quite often, and just have a lot of fun. You were not tied to a microphone or anything. So we did those dances for 25 years without missing one, every Saturday night. I'll have to just play for you now my all-time favorite dance called the Walpole Cottage.
Yeah.
Forward and back. The first call is Country Corners. Country Corners! So you have the middle person is going to go out to the corner number 1 and turn them, then corner 2, then 3, then 4, like that, and then the 4 corners come in and do a right-hand star and a left-hand back. So that's kind of how the dance goes. Right-hand star! Left-hand back. So if you can imagine a dance hall exploding with joy while playing that tune. It wasn't unusual for us to dissolve into some sort of Philip Glass cacophony for 8 bars, only to resume right on beat. Or a Beatles number.
Everly Brothers were also popular
Yes.
for the Lady of the Lake now and again.
Anyway, it was always a good time. Let's see, what do we got up our sleeve now? We could do Real Helen.
Oh, that's a fun one. That's named after you.
Oh my God, it is. This one we also learned from Stu McConnell, my brother-in-law. So I'd like to share a little song with you now. This is a song that actually is a poem that I put the music to. The poem is by Holman Day, who was a poet from the turn of the century. He wrote many books of poems, and you would find his books of poems in the old granges that are bedotting the state of Maine. This poem jumped out to me because it has all to do with a typical old-time country dance and the music and the scene. So it kind of paints quite a picture. Oregon Dickerson called out the figures with a voice like an ox cart that needed some grease. He and his partner would fiddle the jiggers for supper and $1.50 apiece. There were 40 couples out on the floor. There wasn't an inch for anyone more. We did the honors for all 3 towns at the high old Tuckville Scamper Downs. Yeek, yock, grab for your partner, walk, rock, woohish into line. Yankety-yumpty, yankety-yaddy, for a fife and 2 fiddles, that music was fine. We pelted the floor and sashayed to the door, balanced our partners and sashayed some more. When we got orders to all hands around, warn't half the girls kept their feet on the ground. Forward and back, woo-ha there to Ella, wool buck into line, balance to grace. Grab a hold hands there, swing with your fella, click, clickety up along, get into place. For the dust would rise and the lamps would shake, you'd think that their chimblies were going to break. For we tended to dancing right up round at the high old Tuckville Scamper Downs. Squeak, squawk, rap for your partner, yock, yock, form onto your set. Hi-diddle-doody, hi-diddle-dum-dee, we swung by the waist in them dances, you bet. There wasn't kid slippers, there wasn't tight boots, there wasn't silk dresses, there wasn't dude suits, there wasn't no banquet $10 for two. Just a big brimming bowl full of hot oyster stew. We danced 20 numbers and all the encores, get home in the morning about time for the chores. And all the next day the work was like play, the girls doing housework would waltz and sashay. And the boys would astonish the stock in the yard by forgetting and hollering, hi y'all, promenade! Hi y'all, to the center there, hi y'all, balance y'all. Woo-hish up the middle, bear down in the fiddle, by ginger 'twas fun at the Tuckville Grand Ball.